Yuki Tabata's Black Clover has been one of the most beloved shonen manga of the past decade, full of magic, brotherhood, and endless determination. Since its debut in Weekly Shonen Jump back in 2015, it has grown into a global phenomenon with millions of readers around the world. But all great stories must eventually come to an end, and it looks like Black Clover is finally approaching its last chapter. The latest issue of Jump GIGA has officially confirmed that the manga is heading toward its super climax, signaling that the end of Asta's magical journey is closer than ever. Fans have long expected that the battle between Asta and Lucius Zogratis would serve as the ultimate showdown, and now that moment has arrived in full force. According to the autumn 2025 edition of Jump GIGA, Black Clover recently released chapters E384 to 386. And these chapters have set up the most intense part of the story so far, with the Clover Kingdom and all of its magic knights uniting in one final stand against Lucius and his terrifying paladins. The stage is now set for an all or nothing war. The super climax announcement came at the end of these chapters, and fans immediately understood that this means the manga is entering its final stage. For a long time, readers have been wondering when Yuki Tabata would finally bring his story to an end. Now, it seems the creator has made it clear. Black Clover is approaching its finish line, and the next release might just be the last. The confirmation of this super climax doesn't come as a total surprise, especially given how far Judgment Day, the manga's final arc, has progressed. For months, Tabata has been building up to this huge confrontation between Asta, Yuno, and Lucius. With nearly every major character returning to join the battle, it feels like a true full circle moment for the story. The Clover Kingdom is standing strong with its allies, and even the Black Bulls are back in the fight, ready to end the chaos once and for all. Asta's long journey, from being an orphan with no magic to becoming one of the strongest fighters in the world, is finally paying off in this showdown against the man who seeks to become a god. In chapter 386, Asta and Yuno finally launched their most powerful attacks yet against Lucius. The chapter ended with both of them unleashing what seemed to be a finishing move, a strike that could decide the fate of the entire world. While fans might have expected this to be the end, the issue teased that the story will continue in Jump GIGA's Winter 2026 edition, which could very well be the series' last set of chapters. The next installment will likely feature the conclusion of this climactic battle and set up the much-anticipated epilogue that fans have been waiting for. The manga has always been about fighting for dreams, no matter how impossible they seem, and that theme is especially strong now. Throughout Judgment Day, Asta has led his team with courage and determination. The Black Bulls have rallied behind him, and together they've fought with everything they have against Lucius' godlike powers. Asta's anti-magic ability has become the perfect counter to Lucius' holy power, and seeing him fight at full strength alongside his friends is both nostalgic and satisfying for readers who have followed him since the beginning. But it's not just the fight that's exciting. There are emotional threads running through this final act, that need to be resolved. Fans are looking forward to closure in many areas, especially regarding Asta's long-running rivalry with Yuno and his complicated relationship with Noel. Both Yuno and Noel have grown tremendously throughout the series, and Tabata has hinted that these relationships will play a key role in the ending. Whether Asta finally confesses his feelings to Noel or whether the rivalry with Yuno reaches a heartfelt conclusion, these personal moments will make the finale even more memorable. Still, there's some concern among fans that the series might wrap up too quickly. 3 chapters may not seem like enough to tie up all loose ends, considering the vast world and storylines Black Clover has explored. After all, a satisfying ending often requires time to breathe, allowing the aftermath of the main battle to unfold naturally. There's still so much left to resolve, from the state of the Clover Kingdom after the war to how the world will move on from the chaos caused by Julius and Lucius. Fans are especially curious about how Tabata will handle Julius Novachrono's complicated legacy, as his connection to Lucius has been one of the most shocking and emotional twists in the series. However, many believe that Tabata's decision to publish the finale in Jump GIGA rather than the weekly Shonen Jump magazine will give him the flexibility to deliver the ending properly. The GIGA format allows for longer chapters and a less rushed production schedule, meaning the artwork and storytelling can shine without the pressures of a weekly deadline. This is a major relief for longtime readers, especially since Tabata has faced health issues and exhaustion in the past due to the intense weekly workload. The shift to Jump GIGA ensures that the creator can finish Black Clover the way he wants, with full creative control and time to polish every detail. This move also sets Black Clover apart from other big shonen series that faced criticism for their rushed endings. Fans still remember how Bleach ended abruptly, leaving several storylines unresolved. Thankfully, Tabata seems determined to avoid a similar fate for his work. For the past couple of years, Black Clover's Judgment Day arc has been slowly building toward this grand finale, and the pacing has been carefully balanced between action, character development, and world building. Every major character, from the Magic Knights to the villains, has had their moment, and this consistent build-up suggests that the ending will be as satisfying as possible. The thought of Black Clover ending is bittersweet for fans who have followed Asta's adventures for a decade. From his humble beginnings in Hage Village to becoming a hero capable of standing alongside Yuno as an equal, his journey has been all about grit and determination. The series has always celebrated hard work over destiny, and that's part of what made it stand out among other shonen titles. Seeing how far Asta and his friends have come, it's hard not to feel emotional as the curtain begins to close on their story. At the same time, the upcoming epilogue is something fans are genuinely excited for. Once Lucius is finally defeated, there will be a lot of emotional fallout to deal with, not only in terms of the destruction left behind, but also in how the characters choose to move forward. The world of Black Clover will never be the same after this final war, and Tabata will have the chance to show what comes next for the Clover Kingdom and its heroes. Will Asta finally achieve his dream of becoming the Wizard King? Will Yuno take a different path? How will the different kingdoms rebuild after such chaos? These are the questions fans hope the epilogue will answer. For Yuki Tabata, reaching this stage of the story must be both challenging and rewarding. Over the years, he has faced tight deadlines, health struggles, and immense pressure from fans. Yet through it all, his dedication has never wavered. The art style, the world building, and the emotional storytelling have only gotten better with time. Now, with Black Clover entering its super climax, Tabata has the opportunity to end things on his own terms, something few manga creators get to do. While it's sad to think of saying goodbye to such an iconic series, it's also inspiring to see it conclude at its peak. The announcement of the super climax feels like a celebration of everything Black Clover has stood for: courage, friendship, and perseverance. The next few chapters are expected to deliver some of the most powerful and emotional moments in the entire series. As the winter 2026 issue of Jump GIGA draws closer, anticipation is at an all-time high. Fans around the world are preparing themselves for what could be one of the most memorable finales in shonen manga history. In the end, Black Clover has been a journey about never giving up, and that same spirit will likely define its closing chapters. Asta's fight against Lucius isn't just a battle for the world. It's a symbol of his lifelong struggle to prove that anyone can rise above their limits. The super climax announcement makes it clear that the final act is here, and as heartbreaking as it is to see the story end, fans can take comfort in knowing that it's ending the right way, with passion, purpose, and the same fire that made Black Clover so special in the first place.